Everyone hates getting killed by them. A lot of people like using them, but only some are good. Hey guys, I'm the best since 99, and today I'd like to bring to you some tips and tricks that I think will help you improve your sniping potential. Let's jump right into it. Now before I go ahead and break everything down, I want to say that these are in no particular order, and everything I want to talk about I think is useful information to have. Even if you don't plan on being a sniper, knowing how they think could ultimately give you an advantage you wouldn't have had otherwise. Let's begin. So my first tip is going to be a 2-in-1, but something I've noticed playing with friends and random squad mates is that they'll pick up any sniper or bolt action rifle and think it will perform the same as the other. They are not the same, and I definitely recommend playing around with them to see what you prefer. Now if you're new to the game and haven't played much, bolt actions are most effective between short and medium range, but can reach longer ranges once you're more comfortable. Whereas snipers are going to be for the long ranged engagements, as there's less bullet drop and higher damage range on them.
Are you serious?
And my part 2 to this tip is knowing where you plan to go ahead of time, and the kind of engagements you'll face out there is going to be a crucial part to picking the right loadout. So knowing where you want to go in the circle ahead of time and picking the best rifle to fit those needs. If you're going to be running the edge of the map, I'd probably take my sniper. If we're passing through promenade, I'll take my bolt action. It's all about predicting what's going to best fit your needs in the area you're in. Now you can't always get it right, so having a go-to or jack of all trades class is not a bad idea as well. Moving on to our next tip, stick with the same weapon. I can't stress it enough, but I've seen it so many times where someone's sniper is level 10 or 15 and that's it. If you want to become a better sniper, you should stick with one gun, level it up, and get used to the feel of it. The way it moves, how fast you can move while aiming down sights, and how fast your bullet drops are all things that need to be muscle memory. Plus, the more you use your weapon, the more attachments you'll unlock for it, making it that much more dangerous. Now, finding a gun that you like could take time, but there's not many to choose from at the moment, so it won't take too long to find something that best fits you. If you'd like my recommendation, go ahead and stick around to the end of the video where I go through my loadout and why I have things set up the way they are. Alright, this one is pretty simple but extremely helpful. Play a game mode that allows you to respawn quickly. Now if you have multiplayer, I would recommend that, but if you're balling on a budget like me and you only have the free game, play a few rounds of Plunder. You get to start with your chosen loadout and can respawn as long as you want, so hit somewhere populated and get hunting. I recommend being as aggressive as you can in this game mode, as it doesn't affect your Warzone stats if that's something you're worried about, and the more combat and situations you can get into, the better you will become in a quicker amount of time. Alright, this one is going to be a 2-for-1 as well, but I'm going to start it with using your sniper sparingly. And you may be thinking, well, if I want to get better at sniping, shouldn't I have my sniper out? Well, yes and no. You definitely want to be scanning the area looking for people, but you don't want to be sitting in the same spot looking at the same area for long, as someone passing by could see your sniper glint, which would immediately give your position away and could end up getting you killed. Something I like doing is having an ACOG on my primary weapon so I can still scan an area without needing my sniper. And this ties into my part 2, where if you are spotted, don't stick to the same area. Try and make your positioning unpredictable, or try and flank from a different angle. This is where decoy grenades and smoke grenades can come in handy for a temporary distraction so you can get an unknown location and hopefully get you that kill. Now, for my final tip for you guys is to be patient. A lot of times I'll be playing with someone and we see an enemy squad, and instead of waiting for them to be still or stop for a second, they'll try and hit them while they're running, and 9 times out of 10, they'll miss and we'll lose our advantage. But if we had just waited, maybe they would have dropped ammo or cash for someone and stopped for half a second, which is all you need to scramble an enemy squad. Or maybe you're in a situation where you're getting sniped at as well and he has you pinned. Well, don't try to fight, wait him out, and eventually he will move on or someone else will try and get him. But if you can't win the snipe fight, just wait it out and maybe you'll catch him off guard when he stops looking for you. Well, those were some of my tips that I wanted to share. I hope you guys learned something. If you want to know my loadout and what I use, stick around.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
Alright guys, welcome. Thank you for sticking around. We're going to be going through my loadout real quick. Just going to jump right into it. So my sniper class, right here, you'll notice my sniper, my javelin, C4, and smoke grenade. With my, pretty customary perks for everyone, I should say. The only one that would be up to you would be your perk 3 slot, as Ghost and Cold Blooded really are, there's nothing better than them. I wouldn't pick anything over them. Your perk 3 though, that's really up to you. I choose Amped because it allows you to swap weapons faster, so when you're sniping at someone, you're just able to take out your secondary a lot quicker. But moving on to the attachments, right away you'll notice that this is a long range sniper to the max. I have my range and accuracy as high as it can go. I don't even care about my mobility or really control. That's more for after shot accuracy. That's your recoil, and you're not going to be shooting twice quickly enough to actually notice recoil with a sniper. But monolithic, increasing that damage range, that's really all we have this for. It is nice that it is a suppressor, so people still have to guess where you are and taking those shots from. Your barrel is the first one you unlock. Again, bullet velocity and damage range. So what this does is it makes it so that your bullets are actually going to travel faster, so you won't even have to take into account the drop or the distance that you're in as much. You still will for those longer distance shots, but up until about 200 meters, I would say you really don't have to adjust at all. Now, because we are hitting shots 2, 3, even 600 meters out there, we really want that zoom. That 12 time is crucial. And thermal, not my favorite, but that's up to you. If you want to use thermal, go for it, but I'm not a big fan of it, as you can't see through unbroken glass and there's a whole perk to just disable it. I'd rather be able to see everything than just the heat signatures. Moving on to our stock, this is going to help so that as we're moving back and forth side to side, we're able to stay on target a little easier. Just because you don't really want to miss your shots, you want to nail them with this thing. And then for my ammunition, I see a lot of people taking rounds, but I don't really think you need to, 5 shots is plenty. That's enough for an entire team if you miss 1 shot. And these just take an extra slot, it's nice if you want to, definitely go for it, but personally I don't recommend it. And then the underbarrel attachment, your bipod. It only works when you're prone and crouch, and again, it only gives you the recoil control, and you're not going to be shooting your sniper quick enough to actually have recoil. You're just going to have that initial shot, and you're going to have to retarget your enemy. So that's always going to happen, whereas bipod, not really going to help in that situation, and you shouldn't really be crouched or prone in a situation when you're sniping someone else, typically at least, I would say. And then for my perks, fully loaded, just because if I'm full on ammo, that doesn't mean my teammates are going to be. So before I pick up my loadout, what I'll do is I'll drop all my sniper ammo and then get the loadout, so that way I have full ammo, and my teammates have 40 plus sniper rounds as well. So that's really helpful as well. But that's my loadout. That's what I use to snipe. I hope you guys enjoy. That was really fun making, and hope you guys enjoyed and learned something.
I think I'm falling for you.